Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Hope you all have been doing well out there. Today we're going to be going over Psalms 1, and I'm in the NLT version of the Bible, and it says, "Oh, the joys of those who do not follow the advice of the wicked, or stand around with sinners, or join in with mockers, but they delight in the law of the Lord, meditating on it day and night. They are like trees planted along the riverbank, bearing fruit each season. Their leaves will never wither, and they will prosper in all they do." Now, before I continue to the rest of the verses, verse 2 and 3 reminds me of Joshua 1:8, and it says, "Study this book of instruction continually, meditate on it day and night, so you'll be sure to obey everything written in it. Only then will you prosper and succeed in all you do." There's a lot of similarity right there, and this is kind of explaining this deeply, where it's saying meditating on it and being sure to obey everything that's written in it as well. Now we can continue. Verse 4 in Psalms 1, it says, "But not the wicked, they are like worthless chaff scattered by the wind." Now, chaff is the husk of corn or other seeds separated by winnowing or threshing, and winnowing is the when you separate the husk by wind, and then threshing is where you separate the husk by a machine that specifically separates the husk from the actual seeds. So Wikipedia says chaff cannot be digested by humans, but it may be fed to livestock, aka being fodder, plowed into soil, or burned. Now, verse 5, "They will be condemned at the time of judgment. Sinners will have no place among the godly. For the Lord watches over the path of the godly, but the path of the wicked leads to destruction." Now, verse 4 to 6 reminds me of the parable of the wheat in the fields that Jesus told the people. This is in Matthew chapter 13, verse 24 to 30. And it goes like this: "Here is another story Jesus told. The kingdom of heaven is like a farmer who planted good seed in his field. But that night, as the workers slept, his enemy came and planted weeds among the wheat, then slipped away. When the crop began to grow and produce grain, the weeds also grew. The farmer's workers went to him and said, 'Sir, the field where you planted the good seed is full of weeds. Where did they come from?' 'An enemy has done this,' the farmer exclaimed. 'Should we pull out the weeds?' they asked. 'No,' he replied. 'You'll uproot the wheat if you do. Let both grow together until the harvest. Then I will tell the harvesters to sort out the weeds, tie them into bundles, and burn them, and to put the wheat in the barn.'" Now, is later the parable is explained in Matthew verse 36 to 43. It says, "Then, leaving the crowds outside, Jesus went into the house. His disciples said, 'Please explain to us the story of the weeds in the field.' Jesus replied, 'The Son of Man is the farmer who plants the good seed. The field is the world, and the good seed represents the people of the kingdom. The weeds are the people who belong to the evil one. The enemy who planted the weeds among the wheat is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the harvesters are the angels. Just as the weeds are sorted out and burned into the fire, so it will be at the end of the world. The Son of Man will send his angels, and they will remove from his kingdom everything that causes sin and all who do evil, and the angels will throw them into the fiery furnace, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then the righteous will shine like the sun in their Father's kingdom. Anyone with ears to hear should listen and understand." So basically what Psalms 1 is saying is, just like in 1 Joshua 8, to make sure we study the book of instruction continually, meditate on it day and night, to be sure we obey everything written in it, and we'll also prosper and succeed. And the rest of it is basically saying those who don't are the mockers and the sinners that hear the word but don't actually change their ways, and they will be the ones that end up in the fire. They will be the chaff compared to the people that's not the chaff, and they're like trees planted along the riverbank bearing fruit. So that's basically what Psalms 1 is saying, and yeah, that's all for me. Hope this was informative and enlightening, and I'll see you guys in the next video.